Good morning, y'all. So, um, I'm just gonna kind of talk randomly and hoping that this won't turn into more so of a rant because I decided to film this because I kind of gotta get some things off of my chest. And you see me rocking, I'm rocking my baby to sleep. She's taking her first nap of the day because she wakes up really early and it's like 10 something. So, but while I'm out here, and she likes when I talk for some reason. She likes when I do these videos, like I can read to her and that's ineffective. But when I'm talking or speaking, for a video, she just loves to hear it and she often goes to sleep. But she was sleeping anyways. Um, but I'm just out here thinking, and I might title this video When Your Past Comes Back to Haunt You. How do you know if you have really been okay? I had to wait till the car passed so you can hear me because I don't even know how loud I'm talking. But how do you know if you have really been what some would say delivered from something? Or how do you know if you really have been set free from a certain life circumstance? Sometimes we get in discussion and with people and people ask us for advice and we're able to give them advice on a certain subject. And I know people have asked me about certain things and I'm able to give them advice on certain things that I have um, been through in my past. But you tell them how you got over it and how you got through it. But then sometimes that same thing of your past comes right back around to haunt you. And then it's there, right there, smack dead in your face. What do you do? So, of course, like, I, give myself the advice that I would give anyone else. But sometimes, or I know today, I got a little confused because what used to help me didn't. And I guess because I was so surprised that it was still there. But hey, history repeats itself. So, me and my life, I get a lot of criticism because of the way I am and the way I think. Um, I've always I've always been what they would call the black sheep, what people would call the black sheep of my family, and I've always been different. And I can remember the very day I told myself that I would not be different and that I would be like anyone, like everyone else. But lo and behold, I grew up and I just couldn't do that. I've always been different. I embrace being the different one around here because I know people all over the world. There are people all over the world who think exactly like I do, just not in this small circle that I'm around now. And that's how I used to get over it, you guys. Like I usually will get over it by telling myself it's just a small amount of people that you're around. You know how they were raised, and you are here to make a difference. You are here to stand out and let your little light shine. Okay. And even when I say that, that encourages me because if you are different, it's because you came here to make a difference. So remember that. And that does encourage me very much so, even as I'm speaking it now, and I know that it will encourage someone else too. But um as much as I could feel encouraged, what helps me be free from the heartache and the pain that still surrounds my heart from being different, or the things that people say, because they say sticks and stones can hurt my bones, but words will never hurt me. But we all know words do hurt you. And I can ignore people that I don't know, because if it's somebody I don't know that has an opinion of me, I don't value, I mean, I don't even know them, so I can't value their opinion. So therefore, that doesn't hurt me. And I know I was watching kids who were different, or that look different, and they were saying how people on the internet would bash them and stuff, and it would make them feel bad. But and I wish if I could give anyone like that any encouragement. If someone don't know you, literally make their statements non-factor. So like now that doesn't really bother me. Like I know people who are internet trolls, when somebody who don't know you say something about you, it's because they really just don't have anything else to do. So really they could just be lying. They probably don't even think like that. Like I really don't take those people seriously. They're just like cartoons to me. Like that's how I think of those people. But um it's hard to me to get over those who are close to you, who may not understand you. I understand. But if you are a friend, and I was saying this in another video, I don't know if it posted or not, because I know one of them got deleted. Um, but I know I tried to say it in another video. But anyways, it was the one about self-love or something like that. But if someone is your friend, they're going to support you in whatever you're doing, no matter what. They don't have to buy something that you're putting out because they don't believe in it. They don't have to um, share it to their Facebook page because they don't believe in it. But what a friend is required to do is say, you know what, you went after what you're supposed to do. Good for you, you know. And that's about all you can expect for them to do if they don't believe in you. So, baby's asleep now. But um I can't seem to get over. I just wish I can be encouraged but still feel the hurt, you know? I wish I could get over that. I don't understand what people who are supposed to be close to you have so much of animosity over you. They say they are jealous, and I know this. I'm talking about people who make 10 times more money than me, people who are able to do what they want with their money, and yet it's still they wouldn't help anyone who is less than them. And they might come off like they are helpers and they'll help anyone, but really they only help people to be seen. And if they can't be seen, then they don't want to help. And they help people who already got it. Somebody probably just fell off for a week or two. They feel like, oh, let's help those. And then they just say people like me who is dependent with her work. They don't find what I do is work. So they feel like she's not trying to help herself, so we don't help, so let's not help her. And I think that's just a sad mindset to be in, because even when I do get there, I'm not going to be like, well, I'm not like that already. I've never been. But what gets me, I guess, is the amount of animosity, the level, and the extreme weight that it carries. Like, it's just the things that they do are just extreme to me, and it comes off as hate, and I don't understand that. Like I said, I can encourage myself, but when something comes off as hate towards someone that you're supposed to love regardless, like your blood, I don't understand that. So therefore, I don't sugarcoat anything with anyone. Um, I'm not about to sit around people that I know represents hate to me. Here comes my son. Yeah. I don't even remember um where I, where I left off at, but my son came over here asking me, do I like what he has on? He's about to go to church, and no, I don't go. I haven't been in years, but when I was going, he was going. So I don't stop him from going because he really doesn't know better. He's starting to see what I'm seeing now, but it's only, he has to live his life for himself. He's 16 now, so he really just likes to go so he can play his drums. He's very creative in that way. But when I turned back on this phone, it was at 10:10. And I know that it's a very encouraging angel number. And I know 10:10 reminds us to kind of pay attention and expect that good things are coming. You're doing what you're supposed to do. So I like that. I like that. And I guess when you continue to talk about stuff and not dwell on it, not focus on it, the pain kind of goes away. So that's a message in itself for this video. My son came along, and I have to thank Yahweh for that as a distraction. I had to encourage him. Now, some of you know, if not, some of these groups that our children like to be involved in, or people like to be involved in, I try to stay away from groups or anything that I have to be a member of, because it kind of takes away your identity and your individuality. So I was encouraging him, like, you're different. You have to stand out. You have to be whoever you want to be. And he's an old soul, so he's attracted to a lot of old things. But I told him, you don't never want to be so old or so stuck in the back in the day that you can't move forward, and that you can't be modern. Yeah, you don't want to do that, especially not in fashion. Speaking of fashion, go visit my fashion page, House for Her Glory. And so when I was telling him that, I was talking to myself, and I was feeling much better because I remembered exactly what I came in this world to do. Sometimes that happens, but he's 16. He's at the age where he's, he's at a very influential age. And he's a really sweet kid too, so he really just wants to do what everybody else is doing. But he has this individuality about him. He's so different. And I told him, if you don't try and you just be yourself, then you can have this old soul vibe about you. You can dress old school, but you'll also be modern too, because you're in the modern, you're in the now. So you don't ever want to be left behind, left back. This video's getting too long. I think I said it all. If anyone has any comment or anything to tell me that they might want to add or anything, I have a new book that has came out, The Pond, by Gabrielle Brown. That's my pen name. I'm thinking about just changing everything to GabrielleEther, because I really like that, and I like what it means. Bye, y'all. Oh, did I say leave a comment? Leave a comment.